In today's video, we are going to be trying out more of the legacy outfit mods for Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. You know I like my legacy outfits. And today we are looking at the modded efforts of Orochi0313, who has made a tremendous legacy outfits mod. In the last video we looked at the very outfit I'm wearing right now, which is the E3 version of Ezio's Roman robes, and as you can see, absolutely beautiful. Which pretty much summarizes that entire video, to be honest, but you guys seem to like it, so we are back for a follow-up where we look at the other outfits and we're going to compare them and see how well they fit into the world of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Now there are a lot of these legacy outfits, so we're going to start off with one that you may be a bit more familiar with if you're a recent player, and that is the AC2 Giovanni Auditore robes. However, it's the Assassin's Creed Valhalla version of these. Now, this is the most recent version of these robes that we've had in an Assassin's Creed game, so I can see why Orochi has chose to go with this version. But what scared the hell out of me was how well they fit into the world of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. If you look at me running around in this outfit right now, look how good it looks. That is terrifying. The way the outfit looks is okay, but it has like a very... oh dear me. It's definitely not meant to look like that. It has a very specific look, and to be honest, I don't like this kind of gritty, sort of realistic texture that Valhalla gives it. And yet, when it's in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, it looks so much better. And I don't know if Orochi has done custom physics for the suit, but I think he has, to be honest, because it's moving a lot better than it did in Valhalla. These individual segments on the coattails are moving exactly like the ones in AC2. Now, I have my criticisms about the ones in AC2 because I think those also move a little bit weirdly and not like real physics. Like, I can never really get the hang of how that outfit is meant to move at the back. But, like, hats off to Orochi. He's done it exactly how it looks in AC2. And that could be because it is literally going on top of the Brotherhood mesh. So the coattails are going to move pretty much the same. It could use a little bit more swish at the back, but considering this is from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, my critiques can only go so far. Grounded 2 is finally here, and my long-term sponsor, Xmod, your ultimate game enhancement toolkit, is here to take your survival experience to the next level going into Grounded 2. Tired of grinding for resources or constantly getting wrecked by bugs? Xmod's got you covered with smart, one-click cheats that give you full control. We're talking infinite health, stamina, durability and hunger, a free craft and build mode, super damage and speed boosts, infinite jump, the ability to change the time of day anytime, and unlock all mutations, colour themes and points of interest. But Xmod isn't just about cheats, it enhances the entire experience, with a custom in-game map just for Xmod users, bug fixes for actual gameplay issues, not those kinds of bugs, graphics boosters and full customization options. Best of all, it's free, safe and regularly updated by a legit team of devs. No sketchy installs, no coding required, just pick your perks, power up and enjoy Grounded 2 your way. Grab Xmod today using my exclusive link below and transform the way you play Grounded 2 before you jump in. Obviously the hood is the biggest change here, like everything else about this outfit I would say looks pretty spot on with AC2, aside from the hood, and that's a criticism with Valhalla and not this mod, but I'm not gonna lie, as much as I hated the way this hood looked in Valhalla, it doesn't look awful here. Like, yeah, it looks very big, but it doesn't look, like, stupid. Whereas in Valhalla, I think this hood just looked atrocious because it's meant to fit Eivor's hood, which is, like, this big, thick hood with a big, thick cape over the top, and in order to fit over that mesh realistically, the hood for Ezio had to be absolutely huge, which just proved Valhalla had some weird, like, plan with its hoods that just didn't adapt at all for any other outfit outside of the ones designed for the main game. Honestly, this may be, like, this is a mod that has changed my opinion on the way Valhalla adapted this outfit, because it's really not as bad as I thought. When you actually put this outfit in the time period that's fit for it, it looks fitting and suitable and just good. It just looks good. Okay, so now we're going to move on to one that I'm a bit less hyped about, and it's the Revelations robes. However, it's the version from Mirage, and let's just say that's not my favourite version. I'm very glad that these robes were included in Mirage, but I think you can kind of tell from when they're in Brotherhood here that they look a little bit cartoonish, and I know the mod is obviously simplifying the textures to fit into Brotherhood's sort of graphic capability. But yeah, obviously the Revelations robes look very different in Mirage. They changed the shape of the hood, which, oh my god, it kind of looks like... I thought he had a really long forehead there. It kind of does look like the hood is just kind of floating on top of the model. He also doesn't have the assassin logo on his chest, which I think is how it looks in Mirage, which I kind of forgot about. I forgot that he's meant to have the assassin logo. One thing I never liked about the Mirage version of this outfit is how, like, the white lining of Ezio's suit was made very bright. Like, you can see the white patterns very clearly, and that's not a bad thing for, like, a different outfit, but I think it blended in so well in Revelations so that when it's here, like, even in Brotherhood here, I know it's a mod and it's downgraded the textures, but it still stands out a lot. Like, it's... I don't know, it's too much for me. It overcomplicates the design. It's not a bad adaptation. Obviously, it's very cool to see it in Brotherhood, like, using the movement system that Revelations had as well. Kind of gives you an idea of, like, honestly, just how different this version is from the actual Revelations suit. The one point that I will always come to is this side piece here. In Revelations, this is like a really long, sort of, you see how it's like a triangle shape? It goes right down to his feet in Revelations. But in this game, oh, I should say in Mirage, they sort of bring it further up. They push it up so it doesn't complicate the design as much. But what it ends up doing is losing a lot of the asymmetry that made those robes look so good. And also, the fur here is odd, because in Revelations, the fur never really goes past his shoulder. I think what's very clear, though, is that in Brotherhood, obviously, the coattails, when you're running, right, the coattails only ever move backwards, and they're not really moving too much here. But it just goes to emphasize how in Mirage, like, the way Basim runs, where he's kind of strafing side to side, makes the outfit look worse, because when it's put into a game where the outfit has been designed with the movement in mind, the outfit looks better. This outfit, even though it's not particularly animated better, or it doesn't have as good textures as in Mirage, it feels better to use because it looks how the outfit should look when in motion. Just while I look for another tailor, I should probably mention that I am using a graphics mod like I was in the previous video, which, as you can see, makes the lighting a lot better. It makes the game look crisper, the textures, it upscales them. And these are like preset. Well, actually, originally I was going to just apply a preset, but then I ended up just messing about with it myself, and I made my own custom preset, which is how the game looks now. And I think this is a nice blend between, like, the saturation and also the detail. It kind of looks a bit like the Ezio collection for AC2. Fair enough if you like the way that looks, but me personally, not a fan. But for some reason I think it works better in Brotherhood. I think the saturated colours somehow look... they don't look as bad as in, like, Venice, where it's got, like, aggressively red buildings. So this is going to be an interesting one, because, as you may know, Connor has one of my favourite outfits in this entire series, so to see it here on Ezio is kind of baffling to me. Like, this is so weird. This should not fit in at all. I can already tell that this is using the Black Flag and Rogue textures for Connor's outfit, because it's kind of got a more, I don't know what the word is, a bit more saturated look. Trust me, I can just tell. This is the version from Black Flag and Rogue, which I guess, like, because Connor has such a unique build, the one from Black Flag would fit Ezio's build better, so I can kind of see why they've done this. And to be honest, like, I wasn't a massive fan of it in Black Flag and Rogue just because those proportions were so sort of off. But when we've been looking at the pre-alpha footage for AC3, you've seen Connor in a different outfit using this movement system, and now seeing his final outfit with this movement system, I think just kind of goes to emphasize why Connor has such a different like running animation, a different build, and how if they stuck with this in AC3, I just don't think would have worked. I don't think it would have got the character across properly, because when you're running around as him here, it looks great, don't get me wrong. Again, I don't think there's a single problem with the way this outfit is modded into the game. Like, look, the hood, the textures, everything is absolutely perfect. Even the proportions here look a lot better than they do in Black Flag and Rogue. But it still doesn't feel like Connor, and obviously it isn't, but it doesn't get across the bigger, heavier sort of build that Connor has. But I will admit, like, just as a costume, this is pretty spot on. Like, this is perfect. I don't think it could be any better, except maybe, oh man, I'll have to get to the point in the game where you get the crossbow and then revisit this, because I reckon this outfit looks a lot better with the crossbow equipped on his back. Okay, next up here we have Edward, and despite this picture being the E3 version, something tells me it's not going to be that. I think this is using the exact model from Black Flag, which is quite interesting, or maybe... Oh my god. So what you just saw there, by the way, I'm going to leave that in. What you saw there was my mod taking effect, which really just emphasizes how different this looks from the vanilla version. I don't know if that's going to be messing with the game's textures, like for this mod, but I mean, the way the hood's reacting and everything looks the same. So this looks spot on. Like, the way Edward's designed anyway is these like two separate pieces for his coattails. So when I'm looking at the movement here, it's pretty spot on. Like, this is exactly... Oh, maybe... I mean, his boots are clipping through a bit there, but this looks really good. I'm glad they left his pistols out of this design as well. Actually, leaving all of the weapons off make it a lot clearer what the outfit actually looks like. I remember when Black Flag first got announced, and they were showing off those pistols that cover his chest, and I was like, oh, I hate this, because I can't see what the outfit actually looks like. It just looks messy, and, like, those pistols are just going to get in his way. And I don't think I've ever recovered from that. And the outfit does look a bit bare without them. But, yeah, this is a very good adaptation of this outfit. Apart from the little ribbon, I think this is almost on par with, like, the AC Unity version. Like, it looks exactly the same as the Unity version. The textures are actually a little bit nicer. I kind of like the way the leather is, like, shining. Maybe not on the back. It kind of looks like he's wet some of the time. Like, you know when you get wet in Black Flag? And that's a wild sentence. When you go in the water in Black Flag, and then you come out of it, and he's, like, drying off for a bit. That's kind of what this outfit looks like, but maybe it's just something to do with the mods that I'm using, but... Yeah, it just goes to show, like, the universal design that Assassin's Creed has, where, like, the legacy outfits can be in games that just have a totally different movement system from the character you're playing as, and they still fit in. Like, if this movement system was in Black Flag and Edward was running around exactly how he is here, I don't think it would feel outdated. Okay, so the last one for this batch of outfits before I have to go and... find another tailor that actually does the other ones, is Shay. And Shay's looks very interesting because obviously they've gotten rid of the hood. So props to the modder, because you managed to... I think it's like a shortened version of Ezio's ponytail, but they managed to have like a hoodless version of Ezio in the game, which is pretty cool. It's nice to see his full face on display. It actually does look really good. Also the leather. Now this is really interesting because in the main game, Shay's outfit is a thick leather, but it doesn't really look it. Especially when they put this outfit in AC Unity, it looked like it was made of velvet, or like some fabric texture, and also it kind of had like a pink colour to it, whereas in this version, I dare say this looks on par with the Rogue version, because it's got like the leather highlights. This looks like it's made of leather. It looks like Ezio is sweating in this thing. He's got like 4 different collars. He's got the thick leather. Like, It's not a bad looking outfit though. I do kind of wish those coattails were moving a bit more. I can't really, you know, it's funny when I think about it, I can't think of any outfit in the first 3 or 4 games that have these crazy movement physics. They all pretty much move at the same range of motion that this one does. Maybe like Altair's. I always go to Altair's as being like the one that moves the best. And I still kind of feel that way. Maybe, actually, Ezio's Brotherhood robes do move very well as well. Because those red pieces moving around really do a lot to sell it. Whereas Shay's outfit, I think, is designed for the way Shay runs. Because these red pieces underneath are meant to, like, move... Oh, God. Like, move parallel to the black pieces, which just go to further emphasize, like, the range of motion. I don't know if I'm just waffling there. But yeah, honestly, this is growing on me the more I'm using it. I kind of thought at first it looks a bit stiff. I've managed to find the next 4 outfits. So, next up we have Eivor's robes from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And this is an interesting one, because it's kind of the version from Mirage, but not really. Like, I think this is meant to be the same version that's in Mirage, but the modder, Orochi, has really turned up the saturation on the colours, really turned down the textures. Obviously, you've got to make it fit into AC Brotherhood. But also, they've added the cape. Now, I don't think the cape will, like, come around at any point like it does in Valhalla. But it kind of adds, like, a little bit of extra movement. And to be fair, this is usually how Eivor looks when they're running around. I don't know. I mean, also, the blade is on this side. I don't know if that... No, so they still have a hidden blade underneath. But the blade, it looks really small with that gold texture. Also, the fur texture looks better than the armor of Brutus. I just want to make that really clear. I think what's funny about this version of the outfit is it just goes to emphasize how much Eivor's outfit doesn't look like an Assassin's Creed character at all. Because unlike the Edwards and Connors, like, when you port this into an older game, it just doesn't work. You can just see this is not how, like, an Assassin's Creed character would have been designed if it was from this era. Don't get me wrong, I do like Eivor's robes, like, in the actual game, like in Valhalla, they look pretty good. And especially the hood, because we know that hood has just been added on afterwards. It's not like how Eivor's hood actually looks in the game. It's just been made to look more like an Assassin's Creed hood, which is kind of a shame. I kind of like the braces. Not gonna lie, the braces are they're looking good. The rest of it just stands out so much as just looking so not Assassin's Creed. Okay, this is a one that should look very Assassin's Creed, and to be fair, I have used this before, but I've used it in AC1, and I think this might be the same version of the outfit that's in Assassin's Creed 1, just toned up a bit. Like, I can see the textures are a lot better. So this is Basim. This is Basim's outfit from Assassin's Creed Mirage, and it's his initiate outfit. Now, you see what I mean about character design, because this goes back to the philosophy of the older games. Because this outfit looks amazing. This fits in perfectly with, like, Ezio's... Well, maybe not Ezio's time period, but, like, the philosophy, the way they're designed, the coattails, the hood, the silhouette, it's all here. And I think it looks really good, especially, like, when it's compared with, like, the lighting that I've got switched on this mod. This looks really good, and especially because I've only got one hidden blade in this version of the game. That is exactly how Basim looks, and yeah. They even added physics for his brooch on the front. That's kind of cool. I don't know if I've really got much to say about this one, because, again, it's just very good. This fits in well, and it's a very simple design as well. And I'm a big fan of Altair's design, and so for this kind of, like, proto version of that, It kind of, you know, I kind of like it. Oh, if you want to see an outfit that absolutely, definitively proves that it doesn't belong in this era, it's Aguilar's robes. Unlike Shay's, which had a really nice sheen to it, this looks like Mr. Modman Orochi has tried to make this outfit look detailed or textured or have some breakup in the colour scheme. But it's the movie, and that just doesn't exist. So what you've got is different colours of brown. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say about this outfit every single time it comes up in these videos, because there's nothing to talk about. There is very little here. But what I will say is, like, when I zoom in here, very detailed. You know, they've done a great job of trying their best. It's very high textures, and you know, if anybody likes Aguilar's outfit as their favourite, God help you, here it is. Now this is the biggest surprise of this entire video, because look at that. Look at that. This outfit should not work. This outfit should not fit Ezio as well as it does. But look at this. Adewale's robes from Freedom Cry just look amazing. They fit this game scarily well, and I don't know what it is. The coattails move perfectly. Look at when he's running. The coattails are moving absolutely perfectly. There's a little bit of glitches in between, but like I say, it's an unofficial outfit. The arms, the textures, the blade, I mean, this looks amazing. Adewale's robes are very cool. I think they're underrated. I think Adewale's robes are actually really good. But the gold and the black, with this backdrop, oh, that's something special. Okay, you don't want to know how long that took, but I have managed to find the final 4 set of outfits, just so we can make this video complete. Now for these 4 outfits, you're going to get a bit more of a genuine reaction, because I actually have not been able to find these in the open world yet, so you're going to get a live reaction to these ones. The other ones, I will admit, I'd had a little mess around, I'd had a little play around with them yesterday, so, you know, still a very new reaction, but these ones are going to be a bit more of a live reaction, so I'm quite excited to see how these look. First up, we have Arno Dorian. Okay, so this appears to be the version from Rogue. We know this because it has these stupid white parts underneath the shoulders. He's got some antiperspirant spray underneath his pits. First of all, it is just hilarious how much better this looks than the version that's actually in Unity, where he's got that horrific shade of blue. This like bright, luminous blue, which I will never forgive them for doing, because they scrapped such a nice looking design in the E3 trailers and all the promo material, and even the version in Rogue. Like, I'm actually glad they ported over this version and not the one from Unity, just because the one from Rogue is honestly superior, even though it's an outdated looking like engine, and obviously this doesn't have as good physics or movement as Unity, but in terms of the look of it, it's so much better. So yeah, this is a pretty good adaptation, not gonna lie. The coattails are moving a lot more than I thought they would. They're clipping through the legs, but yeah, this looks good, and especially the sword. It's kind of annoying me that... Oh, actually, no, the sword is on the right side. That's good. How's the bracer looking? I cannot for the life of me get the mod to work in Unity that adds the E3 version of the outfit, because for some reason my AC Unity let me install one mod, and then after that just completely went to shit. I had to uninstall and reinstall the game so many times just to have the correct files, like, you know, the verifying files thing you can do. Unity is an absolute mess for me right now, so I can't really mod in the outfits that I want to, but this gives me a little taste. And this fits again very well with like Brotherhood's, maybe not art style, I'm going to say this looks a little bit off, like the contrast, and also his hood is a different colour blue to the rest of his outfit, but I kind of like the washed out look, to be honest. I kind of wish that Unity had this like washed out look for the outfit. I just feel like with new graphics this would look really good, but I think this really does emphasise as well just how simple Arno's outfit is. There is not much going on because they want you to heavily customise it. Like from the back, it looks boring. There is nothing going on. But then he turns around and you're like, oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. You got quite a detailed, complex design, which I kind of like. It's an outfit of 2 halves. Alright, next up we got Jacob Fry. Not gonna lie, when I modded this outfit into Unity, it was one of the best looking outfits I've ever seen. Unfortunately, they've modded the AC3 remastered version, which has this stupid brown hood. It's just the same issues that AC3 remastered had, and I guess they've done it just to have a more modern like adaptation of it, but I do kind of like the jacket, though. I've always liked Jacob's coat. I think it does a really good job of having the assassin silhouette whilst also looking practical and like something that could actually exist. But to see it in this version, the gauntlet looks nice. They've obviously had to lower the textures, but the gauntlet looks pretty like accurate, like scale to Ezio, which is pretty nice. They even got a fingerless glove. That's more than a lot of the games could do for poor Altair. Now we're probably going to get into some very cursed ones, because the only two we've got left is Bayek and Alexios. Oh! I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting this to look as good as it does. Damn, this actually looks really good. Like, apart from that yellow bit of fabric, which is more than Mirage did, because they didn't even put this yellow bit of fabric in, this looks, like, spot on. If you wanted to do, like, a mock-up, like, I don't know, what if Origins was on the PS3? All you've got to do is wear this outfit, pop out into the middle of nowhere. Hang on, I'm gonna perfectly replicate AC Origins. There we go. Well, maybe if I just look down. Yeah, there you go. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Origins, but on the PS3. But yeah, this looks great. Obviously, doesn't fit the time period at all, but in terms of just how well this design fits Ezio's build, I am surprised. They've actually even got the double braces that Bayek has, even though he only has one hidden blade, which is going to look great for in Brotherhood when you get the double hidden blade, because it perfectly matches. They've got two braces, which matches the design nicely. A lot of parallels, I think, between this one and the Freedom Cry suit, actually. They have very similar sort of structure to them, not just because of the arms and the braces, but also, like, the coattails being long and then not having really much going on the top half. Yeah. I always liked Bayek's design. There's something about it just looks cool. It just looks like a really early assassin. I think seeing the evolution of that outfit is pretty awesome. The last one we're going to look at in this video is Alexios' outfit, and I was not expecting... Actually, I take that back. Maybe I've been a bit harsh. So, this actually looks really good. For a game that's obviously set in Rome, where Roman outfits are going to be, like, you know, pretty common. I mean, you've got the armor of Brutus in this game. That is not a great looking texture. You've got the armor of Brutus in this game, which is pretty much like your typical Roman gladiator sort of appearance. This, I'm gonna say it, this looks better than the armor of Brutus. Maybe if it didn't have like his legs exposed, but then again from behind it kind of looks fine. The skirt section is moving a little bit. I see something going on down there. It's wiggling. Don't take that out of context. Yeah, no, apart from, like, they've even added the hood, which I've seen. This is probably the AC3 remastered version, which also gave, like, Alexios a hood that he kind of had, kind of didn't. The canonical look is obviously having the helmet, but that was pretty much all of the legacy outfits you can get in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Obviously, there are mods that add the craziest things you will ever see in your life. You can play it as Optimus Prime in Brotherhood if you'd like. But I chose to keep things a little more realistic. Just look at the legacy outfits, see how they fare in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. And I hope you've enjoyed being along for the ride. Let me know, out of these legacy outfits, which one do you think fits Brotherhood the best and which one is your favourite? Let me know down below. If you did enjoy this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more Assassin's Creed content. Of course, a big shout out to Orochi0313 for helping make this video possible by creating the mod. Go and support him over on Nexus Mods, and I will see you in the next video.